Hello and welcome back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. My name is Volkata and we are returning to a classic for the channel. The day we've long waited for, which is Content Day. We get to see the new patch, we get to see the new ship. Feels like we waited for such a long time for this. So I have loaded up here onto the landing screen. I haven't even gone into the career mode yet. I don't know if there's going to be any new announcements in the game. When we first wake up for the first day. And I've done nothing. I want to experience this with everybody else. Oh, Gavin, welcome back. Good to see you. See everyone back. Yep, I'm eager to hit the enter key. But it's like, yeah, it's exactly it. It's like Christmas comes early. Like, once I hit it, we start to unpack the presents. Well, let's hit it. Hopefully I remember what I'm doing here. I am excited. Yeah, it was difficult not loading the game up and checking these out as soon as the patch hit earlier today. I kind of wanted to, I promised to everyone that we would do it together, and I wanted to stick with that. And just kind of experience it as a group. So it's interesting. I'm noticing the key that I normally press for this isn't working.
Good morning, Shipbreaker.
So there's already, I'm already going to have to check
the only P's permitted in
the
the
options.
salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
Yeah, they've rebound stuff on us. So first things first, go to the options screen and fix our controls, because they have clearly reset some of the controls. Or they've reset all of the controls. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right. So in addition to being a little bit rusty, we might actually see me stumble a little bit if some of these controls don't get set correctly. So this might be entertaining. Ascend. Descend. All right. Yes. The space bar, we don't use the space bar. See if we can, how do we clear this? No. I need to clear this so that it's not doing, the keys don't collide. Oh. There was a way of clearing these keys before. And maybe if we bind them all to the same thing. I apologize for this. I didn't anticipate this being a thing. Hold key to bind. Yeah, yes. Yes, I know the key's already in use. No, 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 I don't want to. All right, let's reset to defaults. Try this again. I need to unbind these keys or bind them to something else. Did it say we were in debt? We shouldn't be. We should be negative 35 million in debt. I'm going to bind these to keys I don't use. So it doesn't matter. I don't care if these are interfering with something else, because we'll never press those keys anyway. And break should be this key. Don't need any of this stuff. We don't. And then we need to set the grapple to this. And we need to set the cutter swing up. It's kind of strange. Yeah, that's funny. I've never considered there needing to be special keys for swinging, the grapple, because we do that ourselves. Just through our movement. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to. I think that was our helmet light and our scanner. Okay. I think we're good. Confirm. This is the thing that was messing me up, because it was telling me to use the. Actually, I want that over here. There we go. I'm never going to need to hit the space bar for doing any of that. All right. Now, hopefully all that's fine. We're going to exit out of it, make sure it took it. Yeah, all right. It's stuck. No, so... yeah, well, no, you're seeing the number correct. It's not the tilde. It's a minus sign. That was what you're seeing. Minus 33 million, because we're out of debt from our last playthrough. And I don't know that there's any changes in the hab. Let's decrypt our one thing here. So they mentioned that there were new hard drives being added, which was ultimately why we didn't actually, read these during the playthroughs, because I figured they were going to be adding more hard drives, as the story progressed. There's another personal drive, and and as I've mentioned before, I didn't want to be in a situation where I didn't, I had read everything during early access, and then I didn't feel like reading them again, because I didn't know what was new. This way I don't miss anything on the storyline. But interestingly also, Ship Doctor shows that there's something new.
Hi, I'm Shippy. Need help with a triple pot bypass? Let me know.
That's interesting. It didn't save that we finished the...
Successful transplant. Nice job.
All right, nothing new to see out here. Doesn't look like. There's one thing I want to check quick before we go outside. Is I want to see if they rebalanced the one of the stickers, the cables sticker. There was no mention of it. Nope, still that ridiculous number, 20,000 kg. Let's see if there's any new stickers. Wait a minute, is that? Oh, okay, yeah, we're not familiar with this sticker because we don't die enough to get it. Still 5. We're still just shy. Oh, wait a minute. So it seems like it didn't save the end of our last session. Probably because we didn't go into a ship. You know, when we finished up, we did stuff like we finished the armadillo, and I remember specifically upgrading this sticker and putting it back on its spot. So it just didn't, you know, because we didn't go into a new ship, it didn't record the stuff that we had done. But I checked what I wanted to check, which was I wanted to see if they had rebalanced that requirement for the... Let's go to the door proper. Oh, actually, let's make sure our tools are repaired. It's a special occasion. We're going to go into it with full everything. But you guys never thought you'd see me do that. All right. So we're going to go to the lowest grade. Wow, that's really different. So we're going to figure out what we're looking at. And then we're going to go to the lowest grade and then move forward because we want to get the earliest atlas and then work our way up. Kind of the way that they would be introduced. Continue ship. Wait a minute, continue ship. I'm confused. Oh? Can't continue a ship. There's no saving ships in this game. New ship rank 1000. I guess we're going to continue ship and see where this takes us. Salvage. We don't have a ship that we're working on. Confused. Okay. All right. Well, we'll at least take this moment here to fly around and make sure that my reset controls are working. Oh, I need to change my my rotation rate. Yeah, this all looks all bugged. Where is the roll sensitivity? I'm feeling a little lethargic, but okay. That needs to be changed. F was miscellaneous action 1. Is that right? Interact. This is what we want. And we want to remove this. That's a none.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Have a nice day.
All right. We're not going to abandon shift because I assumed that would, I assumed that would just put us right back where we were already at. And the enter key is not letting me in the shift. I don't seem to have the ability to end the shift. Welcome to Patch Day, everyone. Are you enjoying it? No keys are allowing me to get past this screen. All right, it looks like we are forcing the game to close. I apologize for this. Now I'm getting a crash report. I alt F forward. And now I gotta wait for the Unity crash report to finish doing its thing. We should be staring at a desktop any moment now. Well, staring at a blank screen for you guys. So, how is everybody? He was unable to sync your files. There we go. At this rate, this may be the most uneventful stream I've ever hosted. So I think what we're going to do when we get back in here is we're going to go into the menus, and we're going to reassign a secondary key back to I think it used to be a spacebar. So that hopefully it'll work as a secondary key. Although I remember when I first started playing this game, there was a bug that your controllers, that your customized keys wouldn't work until you restarted the game. See, now we're getting the option to set to none, which we didn't have before. I swear that it didn't show this before. When I was trying to figure out how to unset these. All right, we're gonna give it one more try before I because right now the enter key is working on these menus where it's supposed to, like it used to. So we're gonna give it one more chance for it to work properly. And if it doesn't, then we'll rebind a key back to where it was and
the only P's permitted in the
see if it'll
salvage
get us
yard
past
are propet,
that.
processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
Let's see if it remembered that we prepared our stuff. It does, okay. That's a good sign. That means it probably recognizes that we ended the shift. Okay. I mean, we know what's going to happen here. They're going to throw us out into a dead ship. This time we'll just abandon shift. And I'm going to load up Discord here and see if we can get a little bit of...
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are high. Please administer 2 caffeine pods before starting your shift.
Bear with me, please. Yeah, the forums are saying that people at rank 30 or have the job board is broken for people at rank 30. Well, that's disappointing. I think that we're going to see if we can maybe do free mode to explore the new ships. Go in here and press all the keys to see if it switches to anything else. Then we'll abandon shift back to the main menu. And just see if we can oh no. Alright. I've never tried the other modes. So I guess this is what we're going to try. Alright, so... Alright, this is the order that looks like they come in. The scout patrol craft. I've been avoiding as much information as I can about these because I kind of didn't want spoilers. And from what I gathered, that each tier of the ship has an additional engine. So there should be 2 engines on this one, 3 on the Nomad, and 4 on the Tug. I don't even know what to expect of this mode. Hey, Liquid. Are you just now joining us, or have you been here to see all the problems that we're having? That we've already run into a critical bug with the patch. We can't play career mode. 1,000 tethers. So Liquid, unfortunately, apparently there is a bug with anyone who's level 30. We can't pick ships. It's literally I can't play career mode because I'm level 30. Apparently everyone who's below level 30 can load up the game just fine. So we're gonna have to do this, unfortunately, in free play mode. Yeah, the job board, the ship catalog for me is just it's just an empty bay, And you can't select ships. It's just all it is. It's just one existing empty bay. All right, so yeah, exactly. Punished for my diligence. But that's all right. Well, you know, the primary point to this was to explore these ships. And we'll still get to do it. It'll just be in free play mode. So this is interesting. So it looks like we can get inside the engines. There's 2 engines on the back. And it looks like they are not pressurized, although the rest of the ship is. I'm not seeing traditional thrusters. All right, well, let's get inside, and that looks like a traditional sensor tower. Yeah, it is. Before I start dismantling it, I just want to fly around inside it and take a look at it. Where'd the door go? It's on the side, wasn't it? I like these little lights on the top. Looks like they're removable too. Let me turn down the music. The patch reset everything in the all the options, all the custom settings. I had to redo all my controls. But I don't, as much as I enjoy the music, I don't need it competing with, you know, with me and on the stream. And we may hear, I assume that we have all the upgrades in this mode, so we may hear some sounds that we're not used to hearing on the stream because I don't normally have the sound upgrades.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh man, look at these. Oh, isn't this pretty? Look at this. That's one big unit. Look at the size of this. That's all one thing. That's definitely a that's an electronic spark waiting to happen. I can't pick up. Can't pick these up. Maybe that's because we're in free mode. Maybe they don't do anything. Not gonna worry about it. We don't need them. They're just visually in the way. Good to see that no matter what mode, what rank we're at, we still have broken atmospheric regulators. Okay, do you guys see something strange here? So there's a door panel here for the cockpit, and there's a weird one just floating. I'm guessing it's for the one on the floor. There's gonna be the one here for that. I need to adjust my roll speed a little bit more. What's the cockpit got in store for us? So it looks like they've copied the Gecko cockpit and just added more things, more stuff to bang around. But it looks like the traditional Gecko layout. So I assume that we will dismantle it basically the same way. Oh, this is cool. This makes me want to sit in the chair and actually try to fly this thing. That is super neat. So strategically, I'm going to say we're probably going to approach this the way we would approach a Gecko. We're gonna keep everything buttoned up until we depressurize on purpose. We get to the inner hull. Just make sure there was anything on the back here. What's behind here? Mechanical injector base plate. There's something on the other side of that wall waiting for us. There's no way into the ceiling, right? But this looks like the Mackerel roof. A larger two plate. So I wonder if that just comes straight off. Oh, nice! I am so happy. The one thing I was asking for in the new ship was that we get a double-decker ship. And by the picture, it didn't look like a double-decker, but it is. We have 2 floors. So cool. We got a double-decker ship. I thought, because it was a smaller ship, I didn't think it would actually be a double-decker. Oh, so cool. Okay, so the reactor's down here. It'll be fairly easy to remove. Okay, so both of these are going to the inner hull. How do we get into the engines? Don't look like we do. We might have to cut our way into the engines from the outside. So we saw that the engines are not pressurized, but I thought I saw a chamber behind the engines that was. So let's close all this up. Let's head back outside. Now that we know that there isn't an access panel, a door to the engines like there are on, like, say, the Javelin. Wasn't anything on the roof.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Okay, so yeah, it does look like that top piece will come right off, like on a Mackerel. Okay, so there isn't a pressure zone behind it, so it looks like we do have to cut our way in. Hey, Rich, welcome back. So we're gonna start with what we always do, right? Take the things off the top.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Game's jumping a little bit as we start to disconnect. All right. Okay, look, this has got the pulsating symbol for something that can be removed.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
And the button isn't working for picking things up? It is for that, okay. Can't be cut, not be cut. Oh. We're gonna come off pretty fast. Not as fast as I thought it would. It's interesting that it's got the little coolant tanks in here, like from the ECU.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
That's a cool animation. Oh, the okay, so the thrusters go on the barge. This is the replacement of for the class 1 thruster. You know, on all the other ships we have a thruster cap that goes into the processor.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, that looks like fuel pipes. Oh, time to set more keys. I just hit some keys that don't do anything. I need the keys for my my hands. Miscellaneous. Here we are. You guys are getting to see all my wacky key setup. I'm hearing sound. Can't get past it. Get past it. Can I get past there? All right. Looking for anything else we can remove. Before I risk cutting the fuel lines, I just want to make sure that
Accepted for processing.
can't sneak our way in. Yeah, because I feel like we can. Because the walls behind it, I mean, we were inside the ship, and I feel like maybe we depressurize the ship first and then cut our way into that back wall.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
We got infinite tethers. We're in free mode, so we'll just tether our way in.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Take a look at the bottom one to see that it's the same as the top one. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to depressurize the ship.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
I think I got everything. Oh, you know what I should have done? I think what we're going to do is we're going to depressurize the ship the way we would a Mackerel. And I want to make sure that there's anything on the front that we need to remove first, because I'm going to take this top off. I think that's going to be my initial. Oh, see, that's going to. Oh, we can cut this. I don't want to risk the top coming up and hitting this and breaking it. You seriously not cut that?
Salvage secured.
And it looks like the
Account
front
credit
can be
applied.
removed from the outside, but I don't want to do that. Not at the moment.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
See this wall? Yeah, see this wall can be removed. I think that's the way we get into the thrusters. after we do a safe depressurization. All right, so the back wall can be cut. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about getting you know, in the Mackerel, we always try to get we get 2 cuts in one shot. We don't have to do that because this is one piece. So we can do 3 of them. You don't have to worry about lining up to get the cut. All right. Nothing free floating. We can't pick these things up, unfortunately, so they can bang around and stuff. The chairs still on the ground. All right. Here we go. Great circuit board, 0 credits. That would be one of the collectibles. You know, this is our first clear of this thing. We should grab everything. I'm not sure how it reports this in free mode. I want to see. Do we have the progress bar? Okay. 0.0% destroyed. I just realized there was
Valuable object processed.
a couple of soft
Credits
crates
deposited.
down in the bottom. Probably could have prepped those. Whoa! What? Since when do atmospheric regulators come off during depressurization events? That has to be the most broken atmospheric regulator we've ever had.
Applied.
All right, let's protect that very sensitive room. Oh, hey, that worked out. Sort of. Come back. Come back. No, come back. Oh, not that fast.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
No, there's one somewhere above me that I'm not seeing.
Salvage secured.
There goes all the
Credits deposited.
purple bits. Where is the... There it is. And there should be an atmospheric regulator floating around here somewhere.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Is that it right there? Alright. Trying to see what percentage we can get, you know, just from the experimentation line.
Account credit applied.
First try, first ship. I'm not going to be as arrogant enough to claim that I'm going to get a 98er, but I want to see how well we can do from scratch, from not knowing anything. I think that is a full depressurization. Nice. All right. So it looks like this ship is really made to come apart. I mean, with all of these cut points, and it looks like the bottom of that room is the bottom of the ship. All right, let's not have any physics freakouts. Oh, that was actually pretty smooth. I wonder if they have worked out any of the problems with the objects, you know, spawning inside the floors, the way most floor-mounted things do. That causes that item collision when we try to remove them.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
And so far, I am really liking this ship.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Hey there, Reed. Welcome back. I mean, aside from the bug that's keeping me from playing career mode, I'm loving this new ship. Liquid, you're saying another regular? Did I miss that comment from earlier before I got the second one, or is there a third regular floating up there that I missed? So far, I've only seen two wayward regulators.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits.
So, Reed, apparently there is a bug in the. Okay, I'll look for the third one. Thank you. There seems to be a bug introduced that specifically anyone who is level 30 basically can't play career mode right now. If you weren't already level 30, you're okay from what I've read. So we are playing in free mode so that we can actually do something. Which is my first time ever being in free mode. Where is this other regulator? Seeing all the rods. So you've run into it also, Reed? So if there's another regular floating around out here, oh, maybe is that it? Oh, nice. I can always rely on you guys to catch this stuff. Very nice.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
We're taking the ship slow, Reed, and exploring the aspects of it. But so far, I'm just loving this ship. I was apprehensive because, you know, I wanted to see
Salvage secured.
something bigger than the Gecko. And when I heard that this was going to be a ship that was going to come in, you know, or at the early ranks, and just kind of be a gap filler between the
account credit applied.
The Mackerel and the larger ships, I was a little disappointed. But
Salvage deposit accepted.
I am loving this ship.
Transferred.
Another one just above the hole. I am not seeing. Oh, there it is. What is up with all these atmospheric regulators? Where they all come from?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
That's crazy. They really want to emphasize how broken these atmospheric regulators really are. so that is. I'm gonna
Salvage
need to take
deposit
those off. They're
accepted.
gonna be
Credits
aluminum.
transferred. Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Yeah, I don't know where they all came. Because there should be one where the fourth one. I mean, I only saw two of them. Yeah, so one of them came from right here because there was one on this wall. This was the one I commented on as being, you know, that even in open shift they were still broken. So clearly this is one of them that came up, and I know one of them came from inside the cockpit. One of them blew upwards that I saw when we opened here, so I'm not sure where the fourth one came from. Hopefully that's a bug that they will fix. Okay, so see if this comes out. I suspect that just attaches. Oh, that's troubling. The back wall to the engines. This is what I was going to plan. My plan was to go through the back wall into the engines. The back wall to the engines is the processor. And I am not using demo charges to get into the room.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Oh, tell me this still works. Thank you. We're maximizing our very first attempt, so I want to get even with the doors out. You know that we won't be this picky once we're actually
Object
doing them
accepted for processing.
on the regular, but
Credits deposited.
it is the very first ship. Being as thorough as I can. Alright, let's see how this comes apart here.
Credits deposited.
Now the front looked like it would come off. We could cut it off from the outside. This looks like we can cut it off the way that we normally do for the geckos. I want to look in that front plate, see if it is furnace item. Canopy, it is. Okay, it's just like on the Javelins. And it could be cut, so I'll be careful not to do that. We've already depressurized the front, so this is safe. Yeah, Rich, I definitely don't think that it would be a good idea to use the demo charges around the thruster. I was just stipulating that even though that seems to be the only way I could go through that wall, I do not intend to do it.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
At least not on the first try. I might explore it in you know, once we start developing actual strategies for the ship.
Account credit applied.
So I want to explore how we get the shell off without pulling all the stuff out.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
We're not lacking on little objects to pull off.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm still just so excited it's a double-decker. I didn't think they were going to give us double-deckers. I'm gonna lie, that made me a little nervous there. Okay, so it looks like the side will come off like on a mackerel. Ah, yes. Yes, nice. This ship, it does look like this ship will be a nice transition from the mackerel, you know, for people who are learning the game, going from the mackerel to the gecko.
Credits deposited.
Because there's clear similarities between the mackerel and the gecko with how the shell is put together.
Salvage secured.
So it does look like this will make a good transition piece for people who are still learning the game. Oh, we got a power cell on the side.
Salvage
Look out for
secured.
that.
Credits deposited.
Accidentally cut. Anything that we don't want to cut. Just trying to be careful to not take for granted, you know, that something, the background is handled or not. Also, it looks like they're introducing the TCUs in here, which are not in the mackerels.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Bye-bye.
Salvage secured.
Okay, so we're gonna have to remove the reactor plate, which is something different from on the geckos because they don't have them. So even though this is a gecko style hull or cockpit, that looks to me like it's probably no longer attached. Boop. Nice and clean. So I'm not going to, obviously in the future I'll probably prep these the way I do the gecko. And then pull it off, you know, like a sleeve.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
But that's kind of advanced strategy that
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits
I want to
transferred.
dismantle it without making any assumptions for now. Because as far as I know, this could come apart. You know, like when we remove the storage bins in the cockpit of the mackerel, cockpit just
Salvage
comes all apart.
secured. Credits deposited.
And I don't think that this will because we haven't removed the beams, but I don't want to make any assumptions. And I kind of want to be extra careful on this, just the first ship.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yep, we're definitely not going to do this. We're not going to do this the slow way every time.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Bump into your buddy. I don't know if you guys read the patch notes, but they mentioned that there's a change in the way fuel pipes work now. That there shouldn't be the chain explosions anymore. I guess it'll catch fire now, and the fire will travel down the pipe so that you have time to
Salvage secured.
get ahead of it and detach it from the fuel tank. I guess the fuel tank is supposed to be the only thing that will explode now.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Which I think is an interesting change.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, I forgot the roof is out. We don't have to go all the way down that way.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I'm already seeing what's going to come. Reed with the fact that I can't get through this wall and I can't sneak my way into the back. I already have my expectations for what is ahead of us. But we're going to find out live.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So I foresee in the future my cutting this floor out.
Credits transferred.
You know, like we do traditionally. Whoa. Still have power. Do we? You know what? I'm not going to take these off yet because we still have power, and I don't know if these are going to work like regular terminals do. I don't want to make that assumption. We'll test that on the next time we do this ship. But I know that there's a power cell on that other wall. And I want to get that out of the way before we start removing those things. I want to see if they go dark. When we remove it. So sure, there are no lights on here. There are no lights. I'm liking the way this comes apart. I mean, it's one of the things I enjoy about the the Gecko. You know, is peeling away the hull. Nope, got more to cut. That was the last one. And we already removed the door handle. We're not even need to tether that one. Let it go.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
I didn't see if there was a second radiation housing on this side.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, before we move this thing, it's going to crazy arc. Let's see what our percentages are at. Yep, we still have lost 0.0. I want to just like leave the ship now. I was like, alright, perfect ship. We're done.
Credits awarded. Salvage secured.
I do wish we were able to do this in career mode, but in a way, this is almost better because we're not dealing with time limits. We're actually getting to explore together. All right, I'm gonna start flying backwards. Grab. Oh. All right, no arcing. Very good.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
To you.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I will say though, the bug is kind of ruining my plans for tonight because I was going to make the how-to videos for this ship tonight to post to the channel. I don't want to do it in open mode. So everything went dark. That was good. I mean, it doesn't mean these would have arced, but it means that we can safely assume they're not going to now.
Credits transferred.
All I gotta do is just not bang them on the way out. And like I was saying earlier, I anticipate probably in the future I'll cut the floor out and just send them straight down the way we would in a Gecko.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So we're minimizing our cuts on this one, so.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Is that one piece? A double terminal? Huh.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
We're gonna lose a little bit of aluminum
Salvage secured.
getting those
Credits deposited.
radiation housings out. And we're gonna lose a little bit to getting the reactor plate off of the front. But we're not gonna cut, we're gonna save some of our aluminum because we're not gonna cut the cockpit off the way we normally would for
Account credit
Gecko.
applied.
It looks like we can just leave it on there now.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Oh, I love this being a double decker, being able to go down through
Salvage secured.
a
Credits
second floor.
deposited.
Oh, so cool. So cool. Alright, you two guys. You get shot down through the second floor.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, so I'm assuming that the thruster, yeah, the thrusters are now separate from front of the ship. So if this is like the Mackerel, then I can cut. Oh, but that's going to cut an extra panel worth. I want it to do that. I don't want it to cut all the way to the bottom. That's more loss. Oh, it's all one piece. Look at that. All right. We'll see if we can salvage at least a little bit of the aluminum here. Close as we can. Okay, so even though that back plate isn't attached to the thrusters, it is still attached to the housing. I'm really shaving as little as I can off here. Okay, what are you holding on to?
Credits deposited.
Oh, this because of this floor is that one. I'm guessing this one we have to have free. Just like on the mackerels, where if they're at a wall junction, we have to cut more than just the beam. I guess this is gonna be my first I'm not sure about cut. That should not be connected. Anything obvious? That was it. That's taking part of the beam with it, but... Whoa! What in the... Oh, the back came out. Why? What is it with this ship and things not being connected? They're supposed to be connected. You know, all of the atmospheric regulators came all apart, all crazy like.
Accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Oh, this is now that it's pushed away from the thruster, it's a lot more obvious as to where it's connected. Although it doesn't actually change anything.
Material deposited.
Oh, look, there's a double beam here between the two floors. And this one beam right here is a double size. All the more reason not to melt it, but to cut it instead.
Multiple object processing. Credits deposited.
So that means there's more material. Let's see if it's highlighting that anything it's attached to. We do extra cuts.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
Well, at least they haven't gotten rid of the phantom connectivity yet. Clearly not connected to anything. You see air all around it. can't cut that. A furnace item, but it's... I'm gonna pre-tether. No, I'm not gonna pre-tether that because we've cut enough on the ship that it might just drag the whole ship to the processor. All right. I don't think this is it, but I guess it was. All right, I think that's, aside from the plate, I think that's everything that's not a furnace item on the front of the ship. Missing any lights, some other than these tiny little 0 telegram lights. All right, let's get the plate out and send this whole thing to the processor, and then we'll deal with the thrusters.
Object processed. Reported.
Ah, vaporize the whole thing. Yeah, that thing came out of the thing again.
Object accepted for processing. Credits
I'm gonna just pull this
deposited.
away from the thrusters for now.
Material deposited.
I don't want it banging into the thrusters on its way. Okay, that's definitely all one piece. Trying to see if there's a sneaky way of... You know, and I'm not going to do it, but we're probably going to do it in a future one. I'll bet there's a sneaky way of... it's supposed to be my... I don't remember what my key used to be for bringing up the radial. Not whatever it was, it's not assigned. I think it was... Where is the... I don't know what the default is to bring up the radial. Selector tool. Don't think it was... I don't think I originally had it set to this key, but... I went for a different key just now when I... By default, I went to a different key. But that's all right. I can learn a new key setup. Make sure that took. It did. All right. Yeah, that's definitely not the key I had it set to before. I'm not going to place it, but I can foresee us in the future maybe getting away with a cut kind of along this way to where it would go down and not into the housing. Something like that. And maybe be able to shave the back off. without having to do the thing that we know is getting ready to happen. So let's examine this. I've never seen the systems layout because I never buy that upgrade. There's the flush switch, so we know what we're going to have to go to. All right. You know how this game works. Let's look at our percentage before we blow it all up. 0.0, $1,200. Examine these, make sure there isn't one that's a better one to cut. Cut this one because I think flying in this angle is going to be easier for us. Go what's behind it because I don't know what the range is on our split saw because we're not in career mode. So that could be damaged. Oh, look at this. The pipe itself is not cuttable. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, Gavin, they do appear to be individual. So we could potentially pull them apart to, in case, you know, if this becomes a thing that's hard to control, we could maybe pull them apart so that if one goes bad, it doesn't blow up the other one. And it looks like there'll be an object in the way behind there. Maybe we want to go from this side. It looks like we have a clear path to the back on this side. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Thruster systems breached. Detecting elevated interior volatility.
How do we get past it? It's not cuttable. We don't get past it. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't go backwards. Oh, that cost us a lot of time. I couldn't get unstuck to get out and remove this fast.
Salvage destroyed.
Yeah.
Please avoid damaging valuables.
It's obvious what we needed to do, and I just couldn't move backwards. It wouldn't let me move. I had to grapple myself out. The thrusters wouldn't pull me out. All right. Now we know what to expect. My expectation was for this to kind of disintegrate as it went down, and to be able to fly through. And once it became clear that it wasn't going to disintegrate, I tried to fly backwards, and just even when I turned around, I couldn't fly forward. It was just jammed in that spot.
Thruster unstable. Fire hazard risk high.
Get on my way, buddy. Oh yeah, this feels like something I want to do. Fly through the fuel. All right. I think we would have gotten it right the first time if I hadn't gotten stuck. I'm just saying. I think we would have gotten it right if I hadn't gotten stuck. All right. Fix all processor. Pipe isn't. The pipe doesn't go anywhere. See that? It's not even assigned. We lost a little stuff on the end, but beyond that, not that big of a deal. I mean, we're not getting our 99%er, but yeah, we didn't go into this expecting to anyway.
Valuable object processed.
Well, thanks for joining us, Liquid.
Deposited.
Yeah, Gavin, I'm sure I could have pre-tethered it, but since we've already detached it from the ship, it was so light that it would have pulled the whole thruster to the wall. Now, I suspect that maybe in the future we'll deal with the thrusters before detaching it from the front of the ship. Make sure this doesn't go into the furnace. And thusly the thrust, we'd be able to tether the thruster backwards
Account credit applied.
without the whole thing going to the back of the bay.
Processing valuable object.
Definitely feel like I gotta babysit this. This is awfully close to the furnace. To be honest, I'm surprised the furnace isn't sucking it in. I wonder if they tweaked the furnace grab a little bit more on this. This isn't so much a point to be grabbing the lights off now that we've had that explosion.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Okay, so this is a barge item. Oh wow, it really was a ticking time bomb. They filled it with fuel tanks and everything. Sneaky. And these sides are reminiscent of the sides to the Mackerel. So it looks like they're drawn, you know, it's another parallel of going from the Mackerel up to something else. Because all the Mackerels that aren't the Exo Labs, the side comes apart like that.
Object accepted.
Did we manage to wedge that in there?
Credits deposited.
This might be a little difficult to unwedge. Okay, this is not ideal. It's not like we can cut this thing apart. I mean, we can chuck demo charges at it. I don't think we can dislodge this. I just figured out what key the demo chart or the code wheel is supposed to be on. I had to do it. I had to do it instinctively to figure out what key it was. I knew it wasn't that one. Supposed to be that key. There we go. So, this is going to be interesting. Oh, okay, yeah. Now I know what now I definitely know what my keys were supposed to be. There's another key that we haven't reset. Or I overwrote it. The switch mode. Where is... I think it was this one right here. That's what's supposed to be. There we go. All right, cross your fingers. Really? I don't think that they're. I don't think they're even taking damage. I don't think it's. I think because it's inside the well, the explosions aren't actually doing anything to it. Or the cut. Oh, the cut level's too high. The cut level's too high for demo charges. All right, well, I'll probably submit this screenshot to the developers to show them a problem with the new setup, because this was never possible. I mean, it was possible to lodge something before, but it was never possible to make it something that you couldn't remove, because everything else could be broken apart with demo charges if that happened. I'll try that, Kevin. I'll see if I can overload the area with demo charges, and see if we can dislodge it that way. I'm gonna get this thing here taken care of real quick. This is all barge. That's all barge. That's processor. Okay. That can't be cut. So this. Everything here, I think, is purely barge. All right.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Infinite tethers, might as well tether the small bits. Why not? Fly through our laser show here. We'll start on this end first, because if we could get it to pop up, maybe it'd flip around. But we'll try both sides. Oh, apparently they go right through the wall. That doesn't help.
Oh!
Deposit accepted.
All right, well, that happened. We scared it into behaving. How's that tether not broken? Yeah. New patch, same old physics bugs. Still doesn't even want to... It really does not want to go in there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
All right, we got a huge gray on the... Oh yeah, here we go. Like, that's an awful lot of gray.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Most of this isn't assigned to anything. All those pipes don't go anywhere. But that got all of our gray. All right, so that is the Atlas Scout Patrol Craft in the equivalent of 5 shifts. I don't expect it'll take us that long, you know, going forward, especially in the career mode. All right, so we got a 96%. I'm partially blaming the control failure there because we got lodged and couldn't move. When I realized what the gimmick was to get the thing out, I couldn't get out in time to do it. So I'm partially blaming the game for our not 98% on that one. But that's all right. That I am very pleased with that ship. That was fun. I like that new ship. So that was the Scout. Let's jump into the Nomad. I don't anticipate this is going to take us nearly as long now that we have the general idea of what those ships are like. All right, here we go. Like, we know how to deal with the thrusters now, so that's an exploration we don't have to deal with. I like the new positioning of the arms. I mean, that arm we're used to seeing, but so it should be 3 thrusters on this one, right? So it's probably one on the bottom. And then 4 on the final ship. Yep. It looks like it's a double-decker. Seems to be pulling cargo. That's cool. I assume the cargo can just be, well, no, because we're not getting the pulsating symbol, which means we have to cut it apart. We can't just tether it apart. But before we start doing anything, we're going to explore the ship. On the bottom. Door is going to be on the roof. Cockpit looks like it's probably going to be a similar layout. And we're going to just miss the door handle.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Oh, tell me this is one of the cool lights and effects chambers. Oh, it is.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh, there wasn't as much smoke. And it's on its side, because normally those lights are on the floor. Pink bunny, probably can't pick it up. Oh, that one I can actually pick up. A food dispenser. Nice. Kitchen cabinets. I guess they're taking assets now from our hab. Oh, looky there, the puppy. And Liquid's already left. He can't be here for a puppy punch. Hey, a working atmospheric regulator. That's weird. Another one. Yeah, I can't wait till we can do these at grade 20 to see what's really, in store for us from a hazard standpoint. Huh. Mounts on the back. I didn't see something on the back for those to be holding on to. We'll have, once we go back outside, we'll have to swing around. Maybe there's a plate that's holding on to the cargo. All right, we got stray crates. Oh, they're all stray because it doesn't have the pulsing. That means this isn't tied down. Oh, this is all an ambush. Everything in here is gonna fly out. It's not good. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that that's not by design, because all those atmospheric regulators aren't attached to the walls, even though they're supposed to be. And the back plates on the radiation housings weren't attached, even though they're supposed to be. So I'm gonna go on a limb and say that, having absolutely everything not attached probably is not intentional. I'm guessing that that's the same bug. I need to let me real quick here. I'm going to open a text file near things I need to bug report. What did we say? We said the radiation filter. I'm going to put on there that all the crates on the Nomad are not attached as a bug. I mean, it might be intentional. And had I not seen those other things, I would have assumed that was intentional. But given the evidence, okay, so that's our way down, and that's the way out of the ship, and there are no other doors, so we can get to the interior of the hull here. But there's not going to be any reasonable way of not losing half of these during a depressurization event. I mean, right now we can because we can press that button, but under regular circumstances, this would require us to carry everything out of an airlock one at a time. And I know that some people do that on other ships, but we've always found ways around it. We know it's not necessary on other ships. Some people don't realize it. Same situation down here as well. Wait a minute, what? Did I? Wait a minute, I thought it went down. Oh, I flew up. Okay. I didn't realize I flew back up to the first floor. I'm like, oh no, the bottom's the same. Okay, so that's interesting. We have the hollow walls here, so that's something that's not. That means the bottom floor and the top floor are attached. All right, so let's close all this off. We're going to depressurize using this room because of all the not attached stuff.
Your lock pressure levels dropping. Your pressure level
To
decreasing.
preserve all those. Then we're going to fly down here and go up. This is the argument I've made to people who have always complained about there not being working pressure regulators in every room. That it doesn't matter because you can't get into every room to depressurize. There goes the regulator. For some reason it's not attached to the wall. I'm curious.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Oh, they're all depressurized. That should remain.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
All doors open. Thank you. Yep, very good. So look at this regulator. We're getting the pulsing like it's attached. I wish I had checked the other ones before I did the depressurization, but I'm guessing that they just fall off. They are attached to begin with. There goes the regulator. All right. Let's get to cutting this thing apart. All this is probably, yeah, it's all gonna be processor. It's just like in the other ones. I think they gave us a lower hazard level. I'm assuming that in replay mode, it just assigns a random hazard level. I mean, it says hazard level 8. Distinct lack of hazardous things in here, though.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
I do like how these come apart. Okay, well that one doesn't want to move yet. Why do you want to move? I think this is part of it. Nope, just a phantom connection. Oh, cancel.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
That's attached to the thruster. It still should have moved, but oh, it didn't move because it was too heavy for us to push out because it's attached to the thruster. Got it. And it doesn't look like there's a detach point. This is interesting. The sensor array broke free of the antenna, which is not a behavior that we've seen in the past. The antenna usually stays attached to it.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Also, these are staying attached to the base of the arm, which on the in the previous version on all the airships, the base of the arm is a separate item.
Salvage
So I
secured.
wonder if
Account
it's
credit
now one
applied.
item on the other ships, or if it's just unique for this ship alone. Yeah, Rich, I'm surprised that were any, and all the regulars were working, which is what made me feel like this was a low hazard one, but it is hazard 8. Although hazard, I know that several ranks are hazard level 9, so this could be a fairly low ranked ship. Like, you don't have to get to rank 30 to get your hazard 9s.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Debating if we need to cut that out. I'm thinking this cage. So is attached here to the furnace item. Okay, yeah, the rest of the cage is still furnace. So yeah, we do need to cut this out. It's kind of hoping we get away with just leaving it, you know, as one big cage, but it is. The rest of the cage is just like on the other ones, which is consistent.
Processing. Credits deposited.
The rest of the cage is furnace. They're introducing more annoying ladders. Ladder, oh no, ladder, don't go up in there. You're just gonna make things more difficult on me. Wanted you off the baseboard.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits.
The ladder crossed the line? Looks like it did, but you never can tell. Nope, didn't.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Trying to be sneaky. I'm not gonna worry about closing these doors and cutting them out. We spent enough time being ultra careful in the previous ship. We're gonna treat this a little bit more like we would if it were career mode ship. which we would cut the doors out if they're already closed. But kind of nice. It seems like they've let up a little bit on the light spam. You know, every wall segment doesn't have a light fixture on it for us to either have to salvage or lose.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
They're not plastered all over everything.
Object accepted. Credits deposited.
Careful not to accidentally cut the faceplate.
Material deposited.
On out.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I was gonna not detach the stuff from the thrusters so that we could pre-tether the thrusters, as we talked about on the last ship, but thrusters ended up being attached to different points. So, you know, maybe in the future we deal with the thrusters just right off the bat
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
before going into, you know, I mean, maybe depressurize and then come straight out and start dealing with the thrusters, so that we can tether them to the back wall without them being dragged around.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
I like the little puff of air escaping when we cut that free.
Object ready for processing. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I really think we want to. I really feel like our strategy is going to end up centering around getting the thrusters first. You see all how much of that
Salvage
moved?
secured. Account credit applied.
Just from the regular cutting. There aren't any surprises for us in here. Maybe we'll cut this side first because the first obstacle is on this side.
Thruster dangerously unstable. Proceed with caution.
I guess it doesn't really matter. We're gonna have to back up and tether that out. Get away from the furnace. Oh yes, we gotta fly through this. Ah! Last time it was just fuel. This time it was actually ignited. It is really cool how this thing comes apart. It doesn't make any sense for why it suddenly separates, but it's really cool. I like the effect.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I mean, when I say it doesn't make sense, I don't understand why the fuel switch would would also be the hatch, you know, that holds the whole thing together. Like there should be a cut point that we cut or two to split them. Oh, like that. This makes no sense for the fuel switch to be the thing that is holding that all together. I knew that was a possibility. Alright, just don't get lodged.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Oh! That comes apart. Okay,
Valuable
that's
object
interesting.
processed. Credits awarded.
Looking for any other weird separation points. I didn't anticipate that happening. Hello there, Kestrel. Are you rank 30? In the game? Are you already a Grandmaster rank 30? Because if you are, that's the problem you're having. And it's the reason why, yeah. So apparently there is a bug that only affects rank 30 players, which is the reason why we're playing in open mode right now and not playing in our regular career mode. That the ship catalog is no, I mean it'll be. I assume it's going to be hot fixed fairly quickly. I would not. I mean, if you want to restart, you certainly could, but it's not. It is a bug. It's not intentional, and it is purely people who are rank 30 that are experiencing it, and no one else. So I'm assuming we'll see a hot fix for it here in the next couple of days. Hopefully, next couple of days. Keeping in mind that we are in the holiday season, but I also they released the patch I think sooner than they intended to originally because they were doing the advent calendar and they weren't supposed the Atlas ship wasn't supposed to be revealed until the end of the month, and they hurried it up, and I'm thinking they did that was so that they would have time to respond to any bugs that they missed. I'm guessing we're going to see a patch for it before the holidays. And you're most welcome. Yeah, we discovered it the hard way here on the live stream. We loaded it up, we were all excited and ready to go, and then we couldn't get into, we couldn't actually start any ships in career mode. Oh no! Bad cut, bad cut. Welcome to the stream and to the first lesson of the streams that as soon as I start talking to people, I make mistakes. Everyone knows I get distracted. Make a bad cut. It's all good. It allows me to blame other people for my mistakes. I'm really hoping that they're going to patch that fast, because I had originally expected tonight to make how-to videos on these
Account credit applied.
the new ships, and I can't. I mean, I could if I wanted to do it in this mode, but the whole point is that I need to do it in career mode. Where are you going? I want to, I want to be able to do grade 20 career mode. I did not push that thing that hard. So I am really hoping that they fix it quickly.
Credits deposited.
But at least we're learning how to do these in open shift mode and replay mode, I guess is what it is. And I'm thoroughly enjoying them. So here's interesting. So this panel would have come off. I didn't notice that before. We're getting the pulsing thing. I don't know that would have done us any good. It doesn't give us access to anything.
Valuable object processed.
No, it doesn't. It's just
awarded.
superficial. That's all processor. Oh, this is processor that's cut level 2. I wonder if we could get into this with demo charges. All right, we're gonna experiment. We're gonna see if a demo charge can cut that wall.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
For science. Yes, it can. We might be able to get into the back of these. Unlike the
Credits deposited.
Unlike the previous ship, the Scout, we couldn't. There wasn't an option to go in through the back. Looks like this one we might be able to. I don't know if it'll turn out to be useful, but that's a thing. That's a thing that's different. The thing we wanted to do on the other one and we couldn't. Woo.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Okay, so there were mounts that we saw in the back. I'm guessing the mounts are what's holding on to this plate right here. In which case, we don't need to cut that off. This is going to be, yeah, it's going to be barge.
Credits awarded.
Probably we can get away with just doing these cuts. No, I'm going to leave that attached for the moment because I want to deal with the last thruster. Maintain the, the mast to try to get it not float around on us. Max duration tethers. We're in the
credits deposited.
replay mode. That tether should have expired a long time ago. All right, so this one we should be able to pre-tether because we left it attached to the ship.
Thruster fuel system unstable. Proceed with extreme caution.
Yeah, out of its way. I really don't like flying through the flaming hoop of death. And have to do the Death Star trench run through the hull to get to the fuel switch.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I feel like maybe we start grabbing this from the middle instead of the end. It'll make that a little less hazardous around the furnace. We're turning the ship all out of shape. Doesn't seem to be wanting to let go. Stuck on something. Cancel that tether. I don't trust where this is going. I mean, it's separated. Doesn't want to come apart. Want to push it up and forward. Went towards the processor, away from the ship. It's really acting like it's still attached, even though it's clearly not. Get that away from the furnace. Our whole ship's upside down now because of this. Crazy. Look at it. Look at this. It's clearly not attached. Why is it still turning the ship? What is going on? Something else is banging around. Oh, there's a lip there. Must be bouncing off that lip. There's the culprit.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Oh no, we lost the light.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, we had one more cut point on this. Be good. Alright, so this should make it in. This should make things more interesting with the ship being sideways. Okay, well that caught on
Salvage
something, and it's
secured. Account credit applied.
kind of turning the ship a little bit. I think we're gonna try rotating the ship a little bit. I wanna right the ship. That did not work. Is there really that much mass left in it? So it looks like they didn't fix any of the light objects pushing heavy objects, a physics bug, because This is having a real hard time moving around on the tethers. Moving, finally.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Not sure on when I need to cancel these because this looks like it's got a lot of rotational momentum. Come on, you can do it. Alright, we're gonna cancel it there. Good enough. It'll carry a little bit more. Well, I want to treat this cockpit like a Gecko cockpit. You think the brace to which the cargo pods were attached is going to be like the front cage of the Mackerel? You mean the one that attaches all three sides together across the front? Possibly. All right, we gotta do it. Puppy punch. Alright, we're gonna move everything forward. I don't know that we'll do this regularly on this ship. Hi David, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I did read something about them making the terminals. I don't know if they made them less fragile. I know they said something about making them less likely to arc if damaged. But I wasn't sure. But based on the way they wrote it, I wasn't sure if it was purely that they're less likely to arc and destroy everything else around them, or if they will be more resistant to being damaged in the first place. It was kind of ambiguous the way it was written. I'm hoping that it's like you're saying, that they'll be less likely to be damaged. Because they were overly fragile before. Alright, so we're gonna do this like a Gecko cockpit, even though I suspect we might not treat these the same as the Gecko because of how big the front comes out and how easy it is to leave this attached to the aluminum of the inner hull. But I want to treat it like it because I always like doing this in the Gecko. You guys know this is my signature move. Light turn. You know, as much as I'm trying to keep that in there, that's gonna be a hazard. Get rid of it.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Woo! Did I miss anything? Nope, we got it all.
Salvage
So we don't get
secured.
our heads crushed by that coming
Account
across.
credit
Well, I mean, none of the terminals got destroyed by it. It didn't look like they actually got hit, but that shot would have been really dangerous before. We probably would have lost the terminal, so that was a good sign there, that nothing got destroyed on that 5-object pew that we did. Normally we're really careful not to get the terminals at the same time as the
Credits
storage bins.
deposited.
Then inevitably a storage bin hits one of the terminals and then it blows all the crap. We lose them. Alright, so we want to get easy access to the back. Here. The rail guides, not cables, unfortunately. Didn't expect them to be cables, but it'd be nice to have another cable source.
Salvage secured. Account
Come out,
credit
please.
applied.
Thank you.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Hey, look, free O2. That's what we need. In free mode. Out up there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Welcome, Asymmetrical. I'm loving the new ships. Really loving the new ships. Unfortunately, there is a bug. There's a major bug in the game at the moment for anyone who's level 30, which is that you basically can't play career mode if you're level 30. At least until they fix that bug. So if you are already level 30, then you're going to end up having... You're either going to have to restart or wait for a hot fix. Or do like I'm doing right now, which is play in like free play. Just to experiment with the new stuff. But the new ship design is
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
a lot of fun. I like these ships. The ship is the one thing that I wanted out of a new ship. I said of all the things I was wishing for in a new ship was that I wanted a double-decker ship. And this is a double-decker ship. Not huge. I mean, I was wanting a big ship. I mean, I appreciate why they did this. This is, you know, an intermediate ship between the Javelin, or the
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Mackerel and then the Javelin, or the Mackerel and the Gecko. Because we really did go from small to huge.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So this is it's a good transition. It's a well-designed transition in the ships. But I would like to have seen something larger, but the main thing I wanted is I wanted a double-decker ship. And they delivered. Also, we have a different type of thruster.
Object accepted for
Not just the generic Class 1 or Class 2 thruster, so the thrusters are a big part of this ship. So that's a whole new feature, which is nice. Let's see, that's going to be barge. How do we separate? That looks like that's just going to get rid of the framework. I don't care about the framework. I didn't see a detachment on the outside. Oh, there is. Okay. I looked the first time, but I missed it on the side. Oh yeah, David. If they came out with a shipbuilder for us to make our own and submit them to like the
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
the Steam Workshop, you know that I would have a whole line of ships out there for people to play. I would definitely be making ships. All right, so this is all processed. I don't see a reason to cut this. That looks like it's all processor stuff. All processor. This front's gonna be aluminum. How do we detach processor from this wall? That's processor. That's furnace. If the framework will come apart when we cut these cut points. The things out of our way that we can get out of our way.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Yes, that was the thruster. Asymmetrical, the ring of fire that I had to jump through. Those are the new thrusters.
Salvage secured.
They're a little intimidating, I ain't gonna lie.
Applied.
I am surprised about the mechanic they're using for the thrusters, given the positioning of this ship in the unlock. You know that it's supposed to be the next thing after the Mackerel. The mechanic for getting those thrusters is something I would expect to be in a higher end ship that's more that people have more experience would encounter. I mean, it was cool for me because, you know, I know the game like the back of my hand.
Deposited.
And I'm cool with the design. I'm just surprised that they introduced that at such a low rank. Because the
Salvage secured.
Scout,
Account credit applied.
which is the first version of this, is supposed to be like rank 4. So you should encounter it pretty early.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits
So I foresee
transferred.
that being a pain point for new players, which is good for me because
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
that will inevitably cause more people to come to my channel to watch my how-tos. So I'm definitely not complaining. I will benefit from it. I'm just surprised that they did it. Alright, let's see here. We're not going to cut that floor out. I don't think we're going to do.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Drag everything out to the ceiling.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Hopefully they can get the patch in quickly, so I can actually make my how-tos. Really don't want to do them in replay mode.
Salvage secured.
Alright.
Credits deposited.
We still gotta figure out how this is gonna come apart. 'Cause this is furnace. Furnace, furnace, furnace. Furnace. Doesn't feel like something that we should have to cut. Oh, the top piece is processor. Okay. That's gonna be a panel of its own.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
See, this is a processor bar that is attached to the furnace bar. I don't think we have to detach this, but I'm going to do it just because since we're learning the ship, I need to carry the piece, see what can be taken apart, and then decide what needs to be taken apart.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Is out of here yet? And that points like because there's this. That's the back. And I don't know if these are gonna. I mean, we're gonna cut all these anyway, right? But I think that the problem is gonna be this connection right here. That's just a plate. I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of creative cutting to separate the aluminum from the nanocarbon.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits
We're
transferred.
probably just gonna have to melt these out or separate the halves. Everything else in here should be furnace. Can't cut here without using demo charges. We can cut this. I don't think that this is going to work. I think we're going to have to actually melt. A wall that we can get. This wall out of here, that'll give us better visibility on our cut points.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
That guy's actually going to the barge.
Valuable object processed.
All right.
Credits deposited.
There's a furnace bar on top of the processor bar. You see that? An aluminum layer on top. Means cutting these would free up the front, but it would still have these processor bars attached. Processor bar is going to be worth more than the aluminum bar, so I do think we're better off trying to do that. I think that's gonna be it. The mounts is gonna hold his back plate. Yeah, I think that's all we need. I think that wraps up the ship right there. That's gonna be the Atlas Nomad. Is there anything floating around that we still need to turn in, like those guys? Didn't put anything up on the roof, did I?
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
We got infinite tethers, might as well speed it up a little bit. Alright. No objects that we've missed. Don't look like it. Alright. Let's move on to the last ship. I really am looking forward to trying these at grade 20. Yeah, I noticed that as well, Gavin, that you literally go straight into the airlock and there's no airlock we had to cut out. In fact, it's the first ship, it's the only ship so far that we don't have an airlock that we have to cut out. I noticed that as well, and thought it was interesting. All right, the roustabout tug. I think they said that we get these introduced at rank 4, 6, and 8, something like that. Well, asymmetrical, you got one up on me. I haven't got to see the new screen yet because it's bugged for me. I mean, what I've seen of it was weird, and I didn't really care for it either, but it was clearly messed up. So I have to reserve my opinion until I can see it working, where I can actually see the layout. Because when at level 30, when we go in, it thinks that you're continuing a non-existent ship, and you can't actually go to the catalog. All you can do is go into an empty bay. Wow, this is got a lot of lights in the front of it. It's a very interesting looking ship. Also interesting that the tug isn't tugging anything. The door's in the back. This is a really weird looking ship. So I'm guessing, so with the layout, I'm guessing that this is meant to fly forward into a larger ship and attach to it and then reverse to pull it out. Good seeing you again, Gavin. Glad you could join us. Haven't seen you in the other streams for Space Crew, so I was glad to see you were able to make it for this. But thanks for coming back, and hope to see you in a future future session. All right, so going with yeah, exactly, asymmetric. It looks like a magnetic grapple system. This one looks like it's already pressurized. It only gave us a hazard level 6. I don't know that we can. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna back out. Apparently I just hit the mute button. I think I must have just hit it because we've been chatting back and forth. Welcome, Moonwolf. Good to see you again. That's interesting. The airlock doors open, but the ship is pressurized. Yes, Moonwolf. Apparently I had just muted myself when you came in, so I'm glad you said something.
Airlock pressure levels.
I probably, because I hit the mute button for me is right next to my escape key, and I just hit the escape key, so I probably had just hit it when I was escaping out to reset it, because I was curious. I was curious to see if I could, since we have to play, since I have to play in free mode because the career mode is bugged. I wanted to see if I could choose what hazard level to get a higher hazard level by cycling it. I'm sorry to hear that, Moonwolf. You're sick. The corona? Is that what you're talking about? It's probably the only plague going around right now. Oh, look, this one's an ambush. Wait, oh, man. These are the pipes that always, that you can't depressurize inside the Mackerel. I don't know if I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing all right. I've had a couple of friends who in the early days got it, but I know they had a little bit of trouble, but they recovered. They didn't end up in the hospital. All right, let's check around here. I'm due to get the to get my booster shot, my third shot for vaccine. Yeah, I see the cut points, Rich, but so these are the same cut points that set off the thrusters. I'm not inclined to cut them, and in the in the mackerels, they have these corner pieces, and even if you cut these corner pieces in the mackerels, it still sets off the pipes. So I don't know. We'll avoid this for now, and we'll experiment. You know, we'll risk it and see what happens. But just my initial looking at that makes me a little nervous. We got a working regulator here. Oh, and we're gonna check. So this regulator is clearly attached to the wall because we're getting the pulsating signal. But so far on the other tugs, they come flying off the wall. So this one, all right, that one's also attached. We're going to verify that every one of the regulators are actually attached to the wall before we depressurize. And then we're going to watch all of them just pop right off the walls on their own. Go downstairs. Oh, we have cables. They're giving us a little bit of everything in this ship. With a bunch of power cells that are on something that we don't know if we can remove safely. This is going to be a big electrical hazard. And they're right next to the reactor, so we'll make sure we get rid of the reactor before we do any of that. The atmospheric regulator is connected to the wall. They gave us the symbol. We're going to get us to the outer hull. Additional airlock. Door to the outer hull isn't going to matter about being sealed because we have a pass-through here. No reason for us to close that again. No canisters on the outside of the cockpit. We'll leave that door open because we know it being closed doesn't matter. I don't see anything down there to bounce around. We can't collect these things up in free play, or because it's bugged one way or the other. So we're gonna have to leave those to bang around. I think this is gonna be the room we're gonna depressurize through the atmospheric regulator, which feels weird because, you know, we're not used to having those, but, you know, when in Rome.
Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Right. Get this out of the way. It shouldn't be a problem anyhow, but I want to get out of the way of all the air that's going to be rushing through here. Yeah, see, there goes that atmospheric regulator. We verified that was indeed attached to the wall. It came off. Definitely got to be a bug. And the one in the cockpit's going to come off too. Watch it shoot past us. There it goes. Oh, that's so funny. So I think that our prevailing first
Salvage
pass
secured.
strategies
Account credit applied.
is going to be to depressurize these ships and then immediately deal with the thrusters while we still have the mass of the ship. Yeah, Moonwolf, I'm not seeing any shutoff valve for the for these pipes. It looks like they're throwing a little bit of everything at us in this ship. They have the isolated pipes, and they have the cables with the power cells that are not on cable junctions. So I don't know how we're going to safely remove these. And so we're going to save these for last, and the fuel thruster for the fuel pipes here for last. You know, get the reactor out of there. In fact, I'll tell you what, we're going to take the reactor right now, and then we're not going to do anything else. We're going to go straight for the thrusters. But just in case we have a a mishap with the thrusters. I don't want a chain reaction making its way back to the reactor. Not when we can so easily get the reactor out of here safely. Okay, so that's not that's not cooperating. Let's see if there's any. I don't think these are actually connected to that. I really don't want to cut them because I don't want to risk the walls coming off because I want the mass. So we're just gonna do it just to prove that they're not actually attached to this. Yeah, I knew they weren't. Something maybe there, maybe on the front. Nope. I feel like that floor is supposed to come out. Buddy. Yeah, see, it's not blue when we. All right, well, we'll come back to it. Might be something on the outside is attached to, so I guess the reactor is gonna stay. And let's start taking care of the thrusters. Probably not gonna work. Close enough.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Get all these canisters out. I mean, we might be able to tether it from the outside, but I feel like since it was still blue, that there's something else that's in the way. Oh, and there is something else in the way. This gigantic thing right here, which is attached to the thrusters. That's what's blocking it. And we don't want to detach the thrusters because we want them. You'll see. We want the thrusters to not move. So. That's all well and good. Oh, I forgot to cut the other side of the.
Valuable object processed. Credits processed.
No, these thrusters are unique. I mean, we're gonna start a fire in here.
Credits transferred.
That's what you're asking. This is why I want this is right here is why I want them to still be attached to the ship, because I'm going to tether here and I don't want this dragging the thrusters around.
Thruster fuel system breach. Interior unstable.
Ow, 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 ow. You know, maybe if we go, maybe we don't, maybe we cross corners so I don't have to keep spinning. I do that.
Thruster system breach. Detecting elevated interior volatility.
Oh yeah, that feels a lot better for lining up. We're not rotating all over the place. That was a lot more smooth. It's the fuel cutoff for just that one thruster. Each one of them is independent. And so it's not going to help us with the fuel tank that's on the inside of the front.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Well, just take your sweet time. Not like I bothered tethering you down or anything.
Credits deposited.
Get it straight here. The daredevil in me is making me want to do both of these thrusters at the same time.
Risk high.
But I don't know that I have enough time to go up, cut the other one, fly down it, come back down, while the other one's burning already. That'd be a little pretentious for me to assume that I could pull that off. And that was already halfway down. That fire made it halfway down the pipes, so it tells me I wouldn't have been able to cut both. You know, do them both at the same time.
Thruster fuel system unstable.
This is definitely the better way of cutting this, though. It's a fraction of the time to line it up. Alright, so the thrusters are handled now. Oh! Whole ship's moving towards the... That's not good. There's nothing I can do about that, too, because the ship is going to be way too heavy for me to even tether pull it. Alright.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
No! No, no, no! No, you don't belong in there!
Object not accepted. Please revisit your training.
Oh. Oh, buggy game, how much we love you. That is not our fault.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
So we might have to figure out how to work around that if that's going to be a regular bug issue. I mean, I know what happened. It's the light objects pushing heavy objects. What happened? So these thrusters, Moonwolf, when you pull the lever at the back, you see how the housing splits in half. And so when we broke open the last housing, it bumped into something, and you know, the housing being a very light object pushed the entire ship over. Which is, you know, as we know, is a physics bug in the game. So if that remains consistent as a problem, we might have to come up with a strategy of separating these a separate way, so that the bug can't happen. Yeah, that's what it was. Because as soon as the walls split open, those walls became a much lighter object than the rest of the ship, and if they just bounce into each other, it pushed the heavy thing. Yeah, was it yes? Yevis? I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Brunette. That's I expect probably a lot of people are going to run into the same problem. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Wolf, that might be tethering the exterior up, the outer sides, maybe. Eve. Oh, Eve is one of my favorite names. I haven't seen it spelled that way. Thank you. Eve or Evie. I've known a couple of Eves and Evies in my time, and they were awesome people. Plus, as you can tell by my brand, I like the letter V. So the name, I like the name is one of my favorite names. This is just not wanting to.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
You please go in there. I have infinite tethers. I can do this all day. Didn't even budget. All right. Well, we're gonna. Oop. Let's get the rest of this out of the way. I'm a little discombobulated here by that going all awry on us. And so I've gotten out of kilter here on my process. All that should be in the middle of the bay so I could figure out how to take it all apart. That's processor. That didn't attach it. That's processor. That's barge. Push pad. That point we're missing. Maybe there's a mount on the inside. Let's get this detached. We know this is barge. This out of our way as well. Just to give us a clearer view of everything. of them? I knew it. I knew they didn't get all of them.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
The panels. You're hiding something from me. Take just the panel. Thank you. There it is.
Valuable object processed.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I think we're going to have to try to do. Probably in the future. If we see that this is a regular issue, that's probably what we'll have to do is pre-tether the exteriors so that they go, you know, I don't know, go somewhere else. Or maybe even when we're inside, tether them inward so that it doesn't separate when we pull the lever. You know, but who knows, right? That's I think you're on the right path of if this physics bug is going to cause a problem on this ship as a regular thing, but then we're going to have to formulate a mitigating strategy until they can fix the physics bug. I don't know if I got the cut on this one though. No, I didn't. I mean, but even if it does rubber band back in, then it being a lighter object would hopefully recenter the ship. How light the ship. We haven't emptied the ship yet, so I don't think the tethers are going to pull this away. I'm going to try anyway.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Probably have to cut more off the ship to get it away from here. I don't want to be operating on it while it's right next to the processor. And I'm still not sure how we're going to get that thing off the wall, but we'll deal with that later. That now... Okay. Oh, it's not just in the way of that bottom plate, it's attached to the bottom plate. That's good to know.
Object processed. Credits awarded.
Woo! You know, I just realized what's happening. I had mentioned earlier that I was thrusting things. I was like, man, things aren't that light. Why are they going so far? That's because we're in free play mode, and I've intentionally not bought all the upgrades for the grapple thrust because I didn't want things to go flying into the stratosphere. That's why it seems so weird to me, because we have all the upgrades, including, you know, the ones that I don't want.
Credits awarded.
Yeah, the max powers are not in, you know, not all of them were in my playstyle. Alright, at least we can get that guy finally.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Trying to get some weight off of the ship so that we can get that wall to
secured.
move.
Credits deposited.
I can't cut the air side because that's where all the tethers are to. This should be a short trip. There you guys go. I wonder if I can
Valuable object processed.
do that to free that guy up. Take advantage of the physics bug to free up a different bug. Okay, this is still not moving.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Yeah, you know, I go very far out of my way to not use any of the physics exploits in this game, but it doesn't mean I'm not aware of them. Alright guys, how much more do you need me to take off of here before you'll start moving?
Salvage deposit
And get the
accepted.
roof off.
Credits transferred.
Oh, set on fire. Oh no, 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 no! That should not have set it on fire.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Oh, it's electrical arc. There might have been a power cell behind that wall. Don't tell me the electronics downstairs are going crazy now. I need this thing to, this ship to move away from the edge so I can safely work in it.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage secured.
Okay, so I was able to remove the power cell without it arcing, which is interesting because that's the third power cell now that I've removed on these ships, and I haven't had any of them arc yet. And previously there was a chance that they wouldn't arc, but most of the time they would. I wonder if they've changed it to where power cells don't arc now, or maybe they don't arc if you've already removed the reactor. Because there was no way before to guarantee that they wouldn't arc. the ones that were on the
Salvage deposit accepted.
cable junctions
Credits transferred.
wouldn't arc if you remove the cable junction, but ones that were just on a wall would usually arc.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah, I was really hoping, Moonwolf, that we would get another huge ship.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
So I was disappointed initially when they announced that this ship was gonna be introduced at rank 4. But playing these ships, I am not at all disappointed. I'm really liking the layout. I think they did a fantastic job on these ships. I'm hoping that these won't be the last ship that they make.
Processing valuable object.
You know, the roadmap only said that there was one more ship coming, but they haven't. You know, when they announced this ship, they said the next ship. They didn't say the last ship. So maybe they have another one coming. Who knows? I'm really hoping that we'll get a bigger final ship or something. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this free. I don't trust all the tethering at this point. But just as a ship being added to the game, I am not at all disappointed in this ship. I really like it. I think they did a good job on it. It's pretty well designed. Kind of expected that wall to come off. Oh, there's the cut point. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Oh, nope. Front plate's still on it. I should cancel all those tethers. Who knows where things are going to end up? Where our orientation is now. I don't know, Moonwolf.
Credits deposited.
I mean, I would assume that they're getting better at putting them together, because, you know, they've had, not only have they had the previous 3 ships, but they've done multiple passes on the ships. On,
Material deposited.
you know, figuring out what worked and what didn't work on the first few passes, updating them. So mechanically, I think they probably got this to work better in a first shot. But from a design standpoint, I find it just to be creatively different enough from the other ships. I feel like this really fits a niche that they were aiming for. I think that they nailed it.
Salvage secured.
There are a lot of similarities in this ship between both the Mackerel and the Gecko. So it feels like it's a good design for introducing
Processing
some of the
valuable
concepts that you're going to see in the
Credits
Gecko
awarded.
without leaving behind the familiarity that the new player has already gained from working mackerels. So I appreciate how they've managed to incorporate this kind of like as a hybrid between the two ships, as
Secured.
a
Credits
bridging
deposited.
ship. I think they've met the design goals, and I appreciate how well they've done that. And at the same time, it's not just a bridge between them. It has its own unique things. Like the thrusters are unique to all the other ships. It is a multi-floor ship, which is the thing I was looking for in a new ship. So it is not just a stopgap between them
Deposit accepted.
on the learning curve. It is still its own unique ship. So there's reasons for us to come back to it.
Valuable object processed.
Even after we're
Credits
past it.
awarded.
It's also going to be nice that it's giving us another not big ship option. You know, like when we were doing the playthrough of the career mode, we only we only had one option. If we were at the point where it's like, all right, we don't have enough time to do a Gecko or
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
a Javelin, our only choice was to do a Mackerel. And I definitely see this being
Credits deposited.
a 2 to 3 shift ship. I think it's gonna, if we focus, I think it's a 2-shift ship. Like the Scout is definitely a 2-shift ship.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I could see us taking a 3-shift, you know, doing our 98, 99%. But
Valuable object processed.
this ship looks like it really looks like one that we can get down to being a fast cut. And we can probably do them reliably in 2 shifts
Salvage secured.
if we
Credits
really want to.
deposited.
Why was that pulling me towards them?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
You guys cancel your tethers. Storage bins do not like to get along.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Not gonna worry about the lights.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, so what do we gotta do that isn't furnace thing? I think we got all the walls off at this point.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
The rest of it is furnace. We probably have thrusters on the back wall that we still have to turn in. We were able to get the cages out, even though we couldn't remove the cables. And hey, we have another cable ship.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I mean, you can look at that we were goofing around and experimenting with it as our first time ever playing this ship. Plus, we were dealing with physics bugs happening.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Spent a lot of time trying to get that wall stuck off of there, and we're still at the 45 minute timer. That would have only been 3 shifts, and that was us not trying to watch our timer. So it's definitely a 2-shift ship. Career mode is borked for anyone who was already a Grandmaster. Or anyone who was already level 30. I don't remember if you get Grandmaster before 30. If you're level 29 or less, then you can play
material processed.
you can play career mode just fine. According to the forums. Mine is definitely borked. And of course I'm level 30. Yeah. I didn't try open shift. I don't think that I can do open shift because I have a profile for my career mode is not open shift. I don't know. I've never tried open shift. I've never tried. I clicked on when 0.6 came out and it reset all of our progress.
Salvage secured.
I tried to go to open shift because I needed to reserve my career, my regular mode for the live stream. And I seem to remember that I couldn't play open shift and this one. I wanted to get my practice back using a different mode without having to impact my my stream. We did 100% of that career mode on stream. None of it was done off camera. I wanted to preserve that, and I seem to remember that I couldn't play open shift
Material deposited.
without impacting my career mode profile. And I didn't even bother trying today. I just went straight to trying free mode. This is the first time I've ever been in free mode too. A lot of gray. Not that much junk laying around. Not that it really matters.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
I don't like having it's gray. It makes me feel like something's been missed. Something's always missing when we notice that much gray. This canopy that for some reason didn't make it up to the right place. Yeah, it's just stray debris. A bunch of collectibles that we can't actually pick up. All right, I think that's it. We have completed the ship. There's no reason for us to
Deposit accepted.
piece our way through it. All right, so that's the Atlas. Now we did a run through of all 3 of them. There were some other things I wanted to do on the stream tonight, but I can't because I can't do career mode. I specifically can't because of the career mode. Because this is a matter of exploring. Obviously the stream was focused on doing the Atlas, but I also wanted to to load up some large Javelin tankers at grade 19 or 20. Not to break down, but to check and see if they had fixed the bugs for the radiation housings and the air filters spawning on the fuse walls. But in free play mode, I can't guarantee a grade 20 ship. So I don't feel like we can adequately test if they fixed that or not without being able to access our career mode. And for those of you who came after the beginning, after we ran into the bug in career mode, I'll go ahead and jump in here and I'll show you the problem. Now the forums are saying that this problem is completely isolated to just people who are rank 30.
Hello Shipbreaker. This is your morning wake up
So we can get in
call.
here like normal. And, you know, the room, everything is fine in the room. In fact, I wanted to check and see if they added any more slots for posters. Does not look like they did. So when we start the shift, instead of getting the new ship catalog screen, this is what we get. We get this job board with only the option to continue a ship that we're not working on. So this is the picture of one of the geckos, probably a station hopper. Hazard level 6 gecko of some sort. You know, look, the mass is all 9s, values are all 9s. And it looks like, you know, we're already halfway down on losing our, you know, having messed it up, and all we can do is continue this ship. We have no ability to do anything else. I mean, we can continue the ship. But it's no ship. That's it. So you can see 100% salvaged, 100% destroyed, listed at the top. And there's nothing here. And even if we end the shift, it goes back to being the same way. I don't know, cause like they haven't added a save feature yet. From what I know, that's something that's still on their to-do list. And so it shouldn't, you know, us coming in here new, it shouldn't think that we're continuing a ship. But they did rework the ship catalog. So that screen that we're seeing should be different from what we're used to seeing. I don't know what it should look like. But it should be different from the default view that we're used to, because we're at the very least, we're now supposed to see one of each type of ship at each rank, from what I understand. I figured we could sit here and watch the railgun go off. I don't know if that floating thing right there has always been there. I don't remember seeing that. When I looked at it from the hab, I also spotted that thing and didn't recognize it. So I don't know if that's always been there. I'm gonna have to go back and look. If I go into here, I got stuck on the screen when I re-entered the habitat and had to Alt F4 out of the game. So I'm just going to abandon shift. I don't want to risk it kicking me all the way back out. Yeah, I mean the profile is saved somewhere. I could save it off, but I couldn't do anything to it. I couldn't regress it to rank 29. and I'm not gonna restart career mode just to just to do that. I mean, I need to be at rank 30 because I've been waiting for version 0.7 so that I can refresh all my how-tos. And I need to be rank 30 so I can, because I want my how-tos to be all rank, rank 20, hazard level 9, so that I can show people how to get through the hardest ships, hardest version of all ships. They don't necessarily have to all be rank 20, but I want them to all be grade 9 and or hazard level 9 and somewhere up in the grade 18 to 20s. And I'm not going to work my way through career mode again to do that when I have every reason to believe that they're going to hotfix this out. Hopefully here before the holidays. I think that they originally planned on doing this patch somewhere around Christmas. And the reason I say that is because my phone is, I think my phone just died on me. Because they had the advent calendar that was revealing the atlas, and the advent calendar wasn't supposed to be done until later in the month. And then they suddenly went, oh, here's the whole ship and here's the patch. They just threw it at us several days early. And I think that's because someone somewhere over there went, oh, wait a minute, what if there's bugs? And yes, midship. In fact, as soon as I end the stream, it will automatically be saved to YouTube. You'll literally be able to watch it within a couple of minutes of us ending the stream, which we'll be ending the stream in a few minutes. This is the wrap up. So yeah, if you're looking to watch it, just wait a few minutes and you should be able to watch it. I think it saves immediately. But anyway, they threw the patch at us several days earlier than I think they originally intended to. And I think it's because someone on the developer team went, well, wait a minute, if we follow the advent calendar and we push it out at Christmas, then we're not going to be in the office to address any bugs. So I think someone realized that they needed to push it early, which is hopefully is the situation, which means they're probably already working on a hot fix for this, or over the next couple of days, since they got the bright idea to patch it before Christmas, or to push it before Christmas. So I'm hoping that we will see a hot fix within the next couple of days. It's going to allow all of us who are grade 30 to be able to actually play career mode. And as soon as they hot fix it, you'll see some new episodes from me, or just new videos from me. I'll do a how-to for all three of the atlases first as their own contained videos, and then I'm going to revamp all of them, because I get a lot of hits on all my version 0.4 how-tos, and we've learned so much since then, and there are so many nuances and things that have changed in the game that I want to give people the best advice I can give them. And I think now is a good time to revamp the how-to series. So that's gonna be my projects here going forward. Also, of course, I'm currently doing a live stream for Space Crew, and we're having a lot of fun doing that. It's not going to be a long live stream because the campaign isn't that long. So you guys should consider dropping in and seeing if you enjoy it. We have a couple of the regulars who are watching it and enjoying it. We played it yesterday, and we had a very bad situation where we lost our ship. So, you know, drop in if you think you might like it and see what the game's about. You might enjoy it. But I think that's about it. We got to check out as much as we can check out. It looks like the physics bugs are still there. That doesn't surprise me. I didn't really expect them to have that fixed. I know that's going to be kind of a Unity engine thing that is probably going to be difficult for them to overcome. Hopefully it'll be something they overcome by 1.0. But I had no expectations for it to be a thing that came out in here, so we know how to work around that mostly. It really bit us hard on that last ship. That's fine. We'll learn to work around that. And yeah, that's gonna be it. But everyone have a great night. I was so glad to see so many people come out. Thank you so much for watching. You know, check the how-tos if you like. I know a lot of people here are really familiar with the game and maybe they don't need to see them. That's going to be about it. Be sure to like on your way out. If you are, I know I saw some new names here. You know, if you enjoy what you saw, you know, consider hitting the subscribe button so that you see when I do post new videos. And if you're new to the game because of this patch, check out the how-tos or wait until I get the new updated ones out there. You know, I tend to be as informative as I can. But everyone have a great night. Again, thanks again for coming out, and I hope to see you guys in the future. And as Moonwolf said, have a great holiday wherever you are and whatever holidays you might observe. But good night, and thanks for coming out.